Hello friends old and new, welcome back and welcome if you're new here to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Callie. I do lifestyle and fashion and mostly vlogs. I live in Orlando, Florida. This is my cat, Hex. Hex, introduce yourself. I woke up today feeling kind of in a slump. And so we are going to get out of the slump together. So I have depression, and I think most people in the world, especially since 2020, do. So I think this video might be helpful for a majority of humans. And I haven't felt like I've been in a slump in quite a while. It's been probably like a month and a half, maybe 2 months since I felt like this, but you know, sometimes it comes on and you don't expect it, and here we are. So I thought it would be helpful if I kind of shared how I moved through that with others. And so this is going to be a vlog of what I'm going to do today to get myself out of that slump. Now, I created a Pinterest board a while ago called Happiness, and it's a list of pictures of things that I can do to help myself feel happy when I am feeling really down, and to kind of break the pattern. I like to split it into 4 categories, although there's more to it than that, but that just kind of simplifies it. One of the categories is to create. When I create, I find it helps me get out of these states. One of the categories is being with people. That one is the hardest category for me, because when you feel not your best, you do not want to go out and be with people. And the third category is going out and doing something, basically changing your environment when you are in a slump, or at least when I'm in a slump. It really helps me to change the environment around me, because it kind of tricks your brain into thinking you're not in that state anymore, at least for me. And then the fourth category is self-care. And self-care, I feel like, can be kind of tricky, because the self-care category, usually I want to be by myself for self-care, and it really just depends on what I feel like I need and what type of emotions I'm really feeling within the depressive state that I'm in, because it depends. I feel differently in this state depending on kind of what's going on. Sometimes what's going on around me has nothing to do with how I feel. I just wake up feeling sad for no reason, which if you are diagnosed with depression, you can probably relate to that. But the reason I'm doing this video isn't to complain or talk about the problems that I have. It's to help us move through it, and to move through it together and get to a place where we feel even just a little better. Now, how I'm feeling definitely depends on which of these things I'm willing to do, if any. Sometimes I'm like, I do not want to get out of bed, I don't want to go see anyone, this is awful, I just want to sit around. And I haven't had my depression be that bad in a very long time. I really like to credit that to meditation and finding ways to feel better, like this system that I've created for myself. I had plans earlier this week to meet up with a friend. I just moved to a new city, so I don't really know anyone here, and this week I've met up with 2 new people, and then this will be the 3rd today. She actually has the same name as me, which is so sweet. It definitely was something that I woke up and reconsidered for sure. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to meet someone new today, because I'm not like in my highest vibe, but I am forcing myself to do it anyway, because I think it's going to be good for me, and I also think it's going to be a really good way to change my environment. So then I'm doing 2 things, and then I'm also creating by making this vlog. So now we're hitting 3 categories. We're going to hit all 4 today. I'm going to do some self-care when I get home tonight, but first we're going to go out and do things. I did my makeup, I dressed up in a cute outfit. I feel like that always helps to kind of make yourself feel more put together. Although some days I don't really feel like that's the right thing to do. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. We're gonna go to Magic Kingdom today. I don't know how much I'm gonna be vlogging of that portion of this day. We're not gonna be there all day, but just because I don't really know this person yet, and she's bringing her roommate too, so I'm actually gonna be meeting with 2 people. But because I don't know them that well yet, I don't really know if they're gonna feel comfortable with vlogging, or if I'm gonna feel comfortable with vlogging with someone that I haven't really met yet. So we'll kind of see how it goes. I might just kind of take little clips throughout the day. That is the first thing we are doing today. I was gonna get going and just head to Magic Kingdom, but I forgot that I ordered this backpack. So I'm gonna do a quick little unboxing, because I want to take my tripod that I also got in the mail today and take it to the Disney parks. If you are, oh no, I didn't order the backpack yet. This is Bulls. I think I have the backpack in my cart, and I didn't pull the trigger on it yet. Or it, oh actually, you know what? I think I ordered it, but it hasn't come yet. I will unbox the bowls, and I also got some cups later because I need more dishes. But I guess I'm not gonna be able to take my tripod today because this will not fit in my backpack that I have. But that's okay. We will still hopefully get some good content. I'm gonna get going because I need to run.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape, let's escape. Let's escape. Let's escape.
I did it. I successfully left the house. I successfully met up with friends. And I am successfully creating a vlog. I made some TikToks today. The friend that I met, I don't know if I said this, but she has the same name as me, which is so cool. And then I met her roommate too, and she was so cool too. I just had the best time with them, like the best time with them. And I know that obviously not everyone has access to Disney World or like a place like Disney World, but changing your environment, I think really makes a difference in how you can kind of trick your mind into thinking that it's in a different space. So changing your environment, I think, can sometimes influence your emotions in a way and kind of trick your brain into thinking it's not in the same state that it used to be. So tricking your brain out of depression. And I mean, to be honest, since I moved here, I really haven't had the depressive episodes that I used to have in Utah, and today was very minor, but it was just, oh, she just texted me. Oh my God. We're already making plans for the next time we get together. What I would do when I lived in Utah, when I would go through these things, is part of what I would do is I would actually watch Disney vlogs because it was helpful to watch that. And I wish I would have done more to kind of change my environment, because I could have gone to a coffee shop, and I did that a couple times when I was going through an episode. I would go to a coffee shop or a bookstore, and that would usually help. A lot of people would say like go be in nature. When I lived in Utah, it was kind of, it was just annoying to get up the canyon. Like hiking wasn't that far away, but it would be annoying and it was kind of scary driving my car up there, and I'm not really like the outdoorsy type of person unless it's the beach. I love the mountains and I enjoy it, but it's just, it's not as much my thing as like the beach and the city is. So just finding a way to change your environment wherever you are. Like for me, it's Disney World, but for you, it might be a bookshop, a coffee shop, a bar if you want. I've gone to the bar before and just had a drink by myself and felt like that was really therapeutic in a way. Plus then you can kind of meet people that way too. Basically what I'm trying to say is that any type of changing your environment in a positive way can be helpful, like going to a garden. There's some gardens near most people, I feel like. In Utah, I had Thanksgiving Point, so they have like a garden area, or like going to a park, or going to, honestly, just trying to change your environment to something else that's, not that home isn't positive, but sometimes when you get into a state that's very sad when you're in one environment, when you change it to another, it can be really helpful. So that is kind of my point here. This water bottle is literally hot to the touch, but I ran out of my other water. And yeah, kind of forcing yourself to go out with people. I'm not always in the right energy for that, and today I was not sure if I was going to be in the right energy to be around people, but I was like, you know what, I think I really need to do this, and I think it's going to be really good for me, and I have to go. And I'm so grateful I did, because
That girl, I mean, both of them, they're so sweet. They're actually cast members, and they gave me some ideas as far as like working goes. I always wanted to work for Disney, but then my plans have kind of changed, and my kind of opinion on working for Disney has kind of changed. So it was really good to kind of talk to some cast members about it and get their experience. It was just good to get some ideas from them. They gave me some other ideas as far as working. The girl that has the same name as me, Callie, she actually moved here from Kansas, and she didn't have a job for 3 months. And she was like, you know, I just didn't work for 3 months, and then I started working here, and it worked out. And that just gave me a lot of reassurance and hope that I'm not just like worthless. I'm so grateful that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and I was like, you know what? I woke up not feeling good, and I woke up not in a very high vibe, but I'm still gonna go out anyway. I'm gonna change my environment because I know it's gonna be good for me. I'm gonna meet new people because I know it's gonna be good for me, and I'm going to create because I know it's gonna be good for me, and those things have really, really helped me. And now it's time for some self-care because we're gonna hit all 4 today. Even though I feel so much better already, I still wanna keep this high vibe going when I'm gonna be alone by myself, and I also want to help you, if you're watching this, with different ways to help yourself feel better when you're in a low vibration and when you need something to kind of bring yourself up.
I am home now and I look like a sweaty mess, but that is okay. I kind of have realized something about myself that I think would maybe be helpful for some people too. So I've been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and OCD, and I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. And again, I think a lot of people have one or all of those things. I think that we're all just we're humans with a lot going on in our brains, and I think that mental illness, it's more usual to have it than not, especially since COVID, which is why I think it could be helpful for other people if I share how I get through my life with these things that kind of hinder me living. I realized something about myself today, and that was that I really have a hard time with structure, but then sometimes I need structure. So like I need structure, but I need freedom. And so one way that I think would be good to do that is to maybe kind of schedule out things when I'm home or when I'm like working meaning editing videos, posting on social media, like scheduling out those things more so. I don't know if that makes sense, but like for instance, like today at the parks, like I didn't want to really like schedule my time in the parks. Like I just wanted to like go with the flow and do what felt right, and I think that that's good for me. But then at the same time, when I go home and try to do that, I am less productive. So I think that, oh shit, I'm scratching my tattoo. I shouldn't be doing that. I should go put lotion on it. I totally forgot that was there and just was like, why am I itchy? And I've always had a hard time with planners, right? Like I will plan stuff and try to like plan things by the hour, and then I just don't stick to it. So I'm gonna try something different. And what I'm gonna try is day to day, like the day I wake up, then scheduling what I wanna do that day. So wake up in the morning, and if I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like doing this right now, then I can do that, but also kind of scheduling around that. For instance, like I'll wake up, do my morning routine, because I do a sort of a morning routine every day. I like journal. Sometimes I don't. This morning I did a meditation, but I didn't journal. It just didn't really feel right today to journal, so I didn't. But I want to kind of do my morning routine, and then once I'm done with that, I kind of want to say, okay, so like these are the things I've planned for today, because lately I've just not really been planning things, but just kind of being like, okay, this is like how I see today kind of going, and not planning it in like hours, but just being like, these are the things I kind of want to do today, and this is kind of my plan for the day. Looking at that, what I've written down for like the plan for today, and being like, okay, so I am gonna be home like at this time, and I'm gonna be, you know, out at like around this time. Okay, I have this much time to do my makeup and hair and get ready for the day. I have this much time to like work on this much time to work on that, this much time to do this. Then when I'm out, I'm free and I can do whatever I fucking want. Then just not write anything else, hourly planning. And then when I get home, then writing, okay, so now I'm home. This is what I'm gonna do for this long, this is what I'm gonna do for that long, and this is what I'm gonna do for that long. I think that's a good way to kind of keep myself more productive at home. I will let you know how it goes. I've never tried it that way before, but I think it might be helpful for some people. So I kind of did a little list, and I wanna show you what I've got. I wanna do some self-care tonight, so my shower is gonna be like including all self-care. So this is like the schedule that I've come up with. So it's about 7:30-ish now. It's like 7:40 more so, but this is the list I have. On top I wrote full moon because it's the full moon tonight, so I thought that'd be a cute title. And then here I have shower time. It's an hour because I'm gonna do like all my self-care and stuff in that hour too. And then here I gave myself an hour to make dinner, eat dinner, and watch some vlogs. I just like want to be able to support other creators that are also vlogging on YouTube and find smaller creators, which is actually really hard to find smaller creators because YouTube doesn't really like show their videos to you. I know they exist and I've found them, but they were hard to find. Also, if you're a smaller YouTuber and you also vlog and we're kind of the same vibe and do the same thing, like let me know. I would love to support your channel. Please comment because I am searching for you. So I know an hour is like kind of a long time, but I just like wanted to give myself some buffer room just because I feel like when I don't give myself enough time to do things, I feel guilty because I'm like, oh, I need to get on to the next thing. So if I finish early, like that's okay. But I also gave myself an hour and a half to batch vlogs, so like batch content. So YouTube is the platform that I want to focus on the most, so I really want to give that majority of my attention. I feel like I want to focus mostly on that, so I'm gonna give myself an hour and a half to batch vlog. And then here I gave myself like an extra thing in case I have time or feel like I have the energy to do something extra, or I get done with one of these things earlier. I want to unbox my dishes that I got in the mail and show you guys what I got because I really wanted to put that in this video, and then I can get them all washed so that I can actually start using them because I need dishes. You know, that's not everything that was on my list of things like to do today. I definitely am not, you know, giving myself all of those things. I just don't think I have the time or energy to do all the things I had on my list, and that's okay. Like I don't have to stick to things so exactly, you know, and you don't either, and if that doesn't work for you. And the thing is, it's hard to find things that work for you when you're not like a planner as much. Like I am a planner, which is so funny, but I can't stick to a planner. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I like to know what's going on and I like to know what's going to happen, but I'm very chaotic within that process. Yeah. But I'm gonna get showering. I'm going to do my whole self-care thing that I had planned and pick out some cute PJs to wear. I feel like getting into like some comfy, cute PJs that make you feel good is so nice too. The other thing is I'm a crystal girl and I'm wearing black onyx today, and black onyx is actually supposed to help with depression. I'm also a Capricorn and it's really special for Capricorns, and I really feel like it helps to be wearing this today. Hi, I just got out of the shower and now it's time for some self-care. I just rubbed some lotion all over me, especially on my tattoo that needs it desperately. And I also wanted to share with you guys a podcast episode that really helped me. And I guess it's a little bit specific to me since I am trying to do social media and make that my job at some point. But you know, who knows? Maybe you're into that too. And also, I just think in general it'd be helpful even if you aren't into that. It just had a really good message and I just really like this girl's podcast. It's called Note to Self and it's by Peyton Sarton. This is it, Note to Self with Peyton Sarton, and the episode that I really liked was the Fake It Till You Make It episode. Fake it until you make it, roll with the punches. That episode was really helpful for me. I've been listening to a playlist. I put together a playlist that just helps me feel more aligned. It has a lot of songs about manifestation and embodying your higher self, and that always really helps me. Now let's do some self-care. So my go-to every time I go through something like this is to put on a face mask or something similar. So I have these eye patches that are underneath your eyes. They are these chill mode soothing cannabis seed oil infused eye gels. No, they do not have THC. I would not be able to buy them at Ulta if they did, but they just go right under your eyes and they help you just relax. And so we are going to apply these to the eyes and just feel good, you know. All right, let's do this. Round 2. Perfection. And I think I leave these on for 10 minutes and then I just massage the rest of the serum into my skin. Sometimes when I'm doing a self-care night, I have myself a glass of wine, but I'm not really feeling it today. Also, I like to be more careful about alcohol when I am in a more kind of depressive state. If I'm sad, it's one thing. If I'm like depressed, it's another. Which I do feel like a lot better now, honestly. Like it was just a weird morning and I got out of that like kind of more slumpy state very quickly, but I still just am. I guess this is more preventative at this point because I haven't felt like that in a long time, and I really want to help myself in every way possible to move forward and not let those types of emotions drag me down. I guess emotions maybe isn't the right word. I don't even know, but alcohol can be a depressant, so sometimes it can make depression worse. So it's just good to remember. I just like to be careful with alcohol when I'm feeling more in my feels, because it can make you more sad and more depressed. It is a depressant, so it's just a good thing to remember. That being said, I love myself a glass of wine, and I am really not a lightweight, but I'm just not really feeling it tonight. So we're gonna do the eye patches, and I'm gonna drink water. Now, self-care means something different to everybody, right? Like, it could look totally different to you. Your self-care may be going outside and just kind of relaxing in the sunlight. Your self-care could be going on a hike. For me, when I think of self-care, I think of kind of relaxing, you know, Netflix and chill, reading a book, you know, that type of thing, just like kind of more like settling down types of things, because in my 4 categories that I like to stick to, or well, they just kind of help guide me, I guess. In those categories, I think of self-care as kind of like the by yourself stuff, like kind of like relaxing and doing what you need to do and just kind of winding down. And when I think of the other things, they're just in, you know, a little bit different, but they're still forms of self-care. Like, creating is still a form of self-care. Being with people is, you know, a form of it's all forms of self-care, right? But I'm more specifically just kind of talking about like things that help relax you. And normally on self-care nights, I'll like read a book, and I'll do the face mask, and sometimes I'll watch TV, just whatever is just gonna make me feel good in the moment. Tonight, I do want to be more productive. I just feel like I do have the energy up now. This was really a more minor depressive, I don't even want to say episode, because it really wasn't an episode. It's just like kind of like I woke up and I was like, I feel depressed, and I got myself out of it very quickly, but sometimes I can't get myself out of it very quickly. And I have had episodes that have lasted quite a long time. I've had quite the past with it. I've had depression since I can remember. I was diagnosed with it at a very, very young age. And I was put on antidepressants, but they made things worse. I don't know. I think everyone's different in the way that they handle things. I know antidepressants are so good for some people, but for me, they just were not. So I have found ways to self-medicate with sunlight, with, you know, different things, and that does not work for everybody. Some people need medication for sure, but for me, it really had the opposite effect and was not good for me at all. I think especially being put on it at such a young age was really not great for me. So that's why I have put these systems in place. I like to help myself with this issue without the help from chemicals. I think everyone is so different, but I've been able to really help myself with depression, more so being off of them. And I haven't had a major depressive episode in a very long time. I've had minor depressive episodes when I lived in Utah, especially right before I left, just kind of knowing that I didn't belong there and wasn't supposed to be there, and that it wasn't making me happy. It really made things worse mental health wise. But today was the first time since moving here that I really felt like, oh my God, like it's coming back, you know, like I can feel that cloud in my brain, that dark rainy cloud just kind of like coming over me. So I was very surprised by how quickly I was able to get out of it. One thing that's really helped me is being in a state that has a lot of sunshine. There is science to sunshine and making people feel happier. So if you're in a place that is more dark on a regular basis and just isn't so sunshiny, I don't know, maybe consider, if possible, moving somewhere warmer, because it has really helped me. I don't have a job right now. I'm living off of my savings, but I still feel better than I probably ever have in my life, which is crazy to say. But that doesn't mean I don't struggle still at times like this. Hence the video, and I want to help others who struggle with the same things or something similar. I also want to make it clear that there is high functioning depression and there is low functioning depression. There are so many different types. So just because someone is really high functioning and it seems like they're doing really well on the outside, you have no idea what's going on the inside, and that does not mean that their depression is any less serious. And I just want to make that clear and make sure that if you have high functioning depression, you are seen, and I can totally relate, and I know how you feel. And I'm grateful that I don't have very low functioning depression. However, it doesn't mean that when you're high functioning, it's any less hard. But tonight, I think I feel good enough that I want to be productive. Also, sometimes when you're productive and you have something to focus on, even if it is work, it can sometimes help you get your mind off things. So I think that that is why I am choosing to work on some of the content that I am doing tonight. You could also call it creating. I mean, I feel like the editing process is still very creative, but it's also work at the same time. So I guess we get both in that respect. I think I want to make dinner, but I also think I want to unbox my dishes first, just so I can get those like washed and stuff. I don't have very many dishes and I need more things to eat off of, so before I dirty more dishes, maybe we should do that. Let's open this one first. They're just like plain white bowls. I believe this is the cups that I got. These are the straws. It's nice, it comes with like a little straw cleaner too. Yeah, that's cute, right? Let's see what it looks like with the straw. Oh yeah. I also got 4. They like came in this set and they were pretty cheap on Amazon. Okay, do you wanna make dinner with me? We're gonna make a sandwich. Here's the sandwich. Let's see how it tastes. To be honest, it's not very good. It's raining, so I had to open the window and turn my galaxy light on to really just soak in the air. That's another thing that helps me is like fresh air. Like if you can open your windows, I mean, that's just something that helps me. Sorry, I'm trying to get the stars off my face. And Hex is loving it. You know, it's so funny because like this vlog is about me being in a minor depressive almost episode. I guess I can't even really call it that. It was like the start of that this morning, and doing all these tricks just really helped. It doesn't always go like that, you know, like it's not always that I even have the energy to do all these tricks, but today I did, and I was able to catch it before it became something bigger. But you know, sometimes you do your best and it still gets you down, you know. But I think that everybody deals with it differently, and I just hope that this can help someone, because if you are the same personality type as me and you're similar to me, then certain things don't work and certain things do. And that's how most people are. Certain things are going to work for certain personalities. Other things are going to work for other personalities. I'm not drinking wine. This is lemonade, but I put it in a cute glass because pretty things make me feel better too. If I'm going to be sad, I want to be like vibey sad or like aesthetic sad. If you want to see my Pinterest board for what I do when I'm sad, it's called Happiness, and I have my Pinterest linked in my description below. Hi, I'm just editing and I grabbed some cake from my freezer. This is ice cream cake. Sometimes it just helps to have a little dessert to make yourself feel better. As long as we don't overdo it, we will be fine. I am so glad I actually went out today and forced myself to do that, because if I had just like laid in bed all day, I think it would have made it so much worse, which is usually what I want. I mean, most people I would say probably, but what I want to do when I am bummed out or sad is I'm like, let me just lay in bed all day and turn all the lights off and just be by myself and just like sit in a little like fetal position and just, you know, get as small as we can possibly get. But I didn't do that today, and I'm really proud of myself. I'm really happy that I didn't. Meditating is also really helpful for me, and so is yoga. Anything with like some type of breath work is really good for you, and it really helps, at least me, with my mental health. I also really like to journal. Thank you all so much for watching. I am probably going to head to bed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and it means the world to me that you got through this video. And take care of yourself. It's important.